Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. In this episode I'm gonna do an unboxing of Folklore the Affliction by Will Donovan and Nick Blaine. It's a game published by Greenbrier Games. This is the first edition of the game, which has the actual miniatures inside. The second edition of the game was recently on Kickstarter and has cardboard standees in it, but you can still buy a separate add-on box that has all the miniatures you need. So let's quickly open it up and see what's inside. So, Folklore the Affliction by Greenbrier Games. Let's have a look at the box. As you can see, it's pretty big. And there's a depiction of some of the stuff you'll find inside. A picture of some heroes in action. A little bit of extra story, features, and everything that's included here. So, let's open it up. And mind you, this is again the first edition of the game. So, it has miniatures and all the base game and the expansion. Dark Tales in the second edition will have standees, and like I said, you can get an extra add-on box that has all the miniatures separately. So if you're not into miniatures, that's a good alternative, but if you, like me, really like miniatures, then that extra box is a good idea to get. Okay, now this is handy. We've seen that with Orcs Must Die as well. Leaflet that shows you where all the miniatures go. See? So yeah, that's a nice touch. So we start right off with the cool miniatures. So let's have a look here. I like the color. I haven't seen this color before. So it's kind of light greenish. I don't know if that comes across well on video, but it's not gray. It's a bit. It has a green tinge to it. So that's pretty cool, and they're very detailed, I must say. I really like them. And it has the name underneath. So this is a moon priest. Yeah. So that's a nice touch. We have some, I think, werewolves here. A Night Stalker, it says. So also, lots of detail. Look at that. It kind of has, you know, like exaggerated detail. You know, like these big folds in the clothing, but it really works because it really makes them pop. And here is a Restless Spirit. Yeah, with the chains and everything, like in Scrooge. Really nice. There are some wolves in here. So nice with the fur and teeth. A rabid wolf. So yep, some of those. We have these guys, which look like vampires. Let's see. Yep, that is a vampire indeed. Really handy to have the names underneath. Kind of like he looks like Nosferatu. I want to drink your blood. Very cool. There is a. Let us focus on that. A Strega, or what is that? Strega. I have no idea. Some folklorish witch, it seems. So nice with the robes and the hair. Yep, and here are some skeletons with swords. Decaying Dead. Very cool, lots of detail. And they're pretty big for miniatures. This is like the 35mm scale, rather than the 28mm that you're used to from other games, such as Dungeons & Dragons and then some cool Miniornet games. But I do like the size, though. I mean, they're big and they should be easier to paint, at least for me. So, a gargoyle. Here is something that looks like a zombie. Oh, it's a ghoul, actually. A flesh-eating ghoul. Yep. All right. A bigger wolf like this is the werewolf. Okay, the werewolf. The huge head and jaw, big hands. Yep. All right. And what's this? This looks like some kind of evil wizard. Oh, a mad druid. Okay. Yep. That sounds about right. Here is a big dark oak. Yep, there it is, dark oak. So lots of leaves and twigs and branches all entwined. There's a rather large gap here, so if you want to paint that, you know, I advise filling that up with some green stuff, or maybe you have some of that liquid green stuff, because you're gonna keep seeing that once you've painted, and that is gonna, yeah. I suggest filling that up. Do they all have that? Yeah, this one has a pretty bad seam as well. And then there's the heroes. They are gray. These are just plain gray. And here is a woman with a dagger. And her name is, let's see what it says. Oh, it's an arcanist. Okay. The arcanist. And let's put that back the way it's supposed to be. And this is the archaeologist, who has a whip, of course. Dun, 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 dun. Doesn't have the hat, and it's kind of flexible, so yeah. Whoosh. So yeah, that's the archaeologist. Here's a guy with a meat hook. So he's the avenging madman. Oh. So that looks pretty cool. Now what's next? Here's a priest-looking guy. So let's see. Oh, it's the exorcist. With this incense burner and yeah, the thing that that spills water on you. Don't know what they call that. The power of Christ compels you. Okay. Guy with a crossbow and a sword. It looks like a knight. So it is a witch hunter. Cool. You're kind of used to witch hunters having that big broad-rimmed top hat, but this is cool as well. It looks like more like a Templar, you know. And finally, this person with a lantern. She is the telepath, which is why she's focusing her thoughts. Yep. So that's the first tray of minis that we get in the box. So let's see what's underneath. Okay, big brown box with handy finger holes here to pull it out. It's rather heavy, so I suppose all the cardboard is in here. Let me just do it like this, because it's probably going to be safer before I rip the box. Come on. Oh boy, that's really tight. Okay. Well, it is a rather sturdy box though, so it's not going to rip easily. Just put that here. Okay, so, wow, heavy. Okay, where do I open this safely? I suppose one of these two sides. Yep. Okay. All kinds of good stuff in here. Yeah, let's just slide everything out and then sort it out what we get. Okay, that's everything. Oh, okay, these tiles, we have a board of some kind. We have booklets. Okay, let's start with these punch boards. So, there's a couple of double doors here in the portcullis. There's a candle, a bat swarm, a wraith token. And there's this, I think that's the first player marker. This is kind of the symbol for the game. It's on the box as well. Rubble. And it's all double side. Oh, this is actually two cardboard. Yeah, like that. Okay. So here is more like an open door, you know, like the open portcullis. Kind of looks like a tunnel. There are some other monsters here. I do have miniatures for those, as they came with the Kickstarter package, which is how I got this game. But you can buy them because, you know, the Colossal Dark Oak is an expansion that I have as well. There are some colored books here. A standee for, I think, a scarecrow. A log, some investigation magnifying glasses, a tomb, and yes, they are all double-sided. Okay, so that's the first punch board. Here's another one. So this has lots and lots of pretty big tokens. All kinds of stuff with parchment and potions, and then a torch and a stake bottle and some things like, probably like poisoned or whatever. Conditions. Oh, it says on the back what it is. So it has bandages and holy water, corrosive, infected, a boon. All right. Yep. Defend tokens. So that's pretty cool and handy. A third big punch board. More of these tokens. These are somewhat smaller. So this looks like a trap, a compass, a flame, a pentagram, or actually this has 6. So it's not a pentagram, it's the other thing. Okay, and on the back it says what it is. So we have A, B, C, D, E on the compasses. We have a snare, some levers, targeting tokens, spawn tokens, alright. Okay, so that's that. What else do we have? We have a rule book, of course. So this is the rule book. It's a game overview. Everything seems to be nicely illustrated and ready to play already. That's nice. Using the story journal. Yep. The world map. Skirmishes, so you can, yeah, you have some battle in here that they call skirmishes. You have encounters. Everything is numbered, so you can look up everything. That seems to be very intuitive. Yep. And yeah, I know that when you die, you're not out of the game, but you become a ghost. So you can still influence the game and even be brought back. Some player sheets that you can copy, but I got some notepads with all these sheets included. And there's some extra stuff from Greenbrier Games. So that's the rule book, and here's the story journal. So let's see what this is. Don't want to spoil too much. So these are 6 stories, judging from the content table. And there's a whole lot of text in here, so yeah. Okay, so it looks very interesting. Let's just skim through here. All right. Okay. So next is a big Ziploc bag with a bat swarm on top. These are supposedly the monster boards. Let's see. Yeah, so this is a bat swarm and a skirmish bat swarm, so they're double-sided, different stats. The dark oak, decaying dead, flesh-eating ghoul, the gargoyles, the highwayman. There's a highwayman. An angry mob, a mad druid, the moon priest, a night stalker. Cool. The rabid wolf. The restless spirit, a strega, the undertaker. Yep, and he has a miniature dog as well, I recall. That was added with the Kickstarter goal, so it's in the 2nd edition. He's probably included in the miniature box. A vampire, the vicious hound. Here it is. A hound, a watchman, a werewolf. So these were all on the skirmish side. The blood priest, Bruja, or Bruja. an imp. So you can use the same miniatures for different kinds of monsters, it seems. Nikoratu. A poltergeist, yeah, that's the restless spirit basically. A revenant, cool. A skinwalker, a tainted sapling, which is also the dark oak. White wolf, so I kind of like that. The Arcanist, here are the heroes and the ghost version of the Arcanist. I like that they used the same models for different kind of monsters, you know, to give you some variety. The Arcanist, like I said, the Archaeologist with the ghost side, the Avenging Madman, the Exorcist, the Telepath, yep, and the Witch Hunter, a Book of Dark Dimensions. This was also an add-on, I seem to recall, but they gave you the card for it, so that's pretty cool. There's the card for the Colossal Dark Oak. It has a token in the game, but you can buy the miniature for it separately. A Far East Alchemist. Nice. Galastig. Yeah, it says here or what the token is, so yeah, obviously it has the same artwork on it. Orinth. An Otharian. An Abomination. Yeah, Valdini. Interesting. A Wraith. Okay, and here are some player aids, I think. Yeah, so for adventuring, skirmishing, encounters, statuses. Yep. So that's those, and a town services card. Cool. So you have an apothecary, a chapel, gypsy caravan, so you can buy stuff for coins. There's a market and an inn. Oh, and even a physician, a tinkerer, stables. So yeah, there's lots of stuff that you can do when you're in a town, and we're back at the Bat Swarm. So that's a whole lot of cool looking cards with some really nice artwork right there. And wow, we have lots of, there's some extra dice here. Don't know why they were not included in this bag. So we have some trackers here. Let's see what that is. A bottom foe tracker, so okay. They have numbers, so yeah, okay. I don't know what these are for, but yeah, obviously for tracking stuff. Point trackers, okay, so yeah, that's nice. Okay, what else? Oh, so many cards. Let's start with these. So we have different kinds of cards. We have road events. So I'm not gonna show them entirely to you because, you know, I don't want to spoil what stuff can happen on the road. But these are all cards that you draw when you're traveling, and certain events can happen when you're on the road. So we have road events, a whole deck of them, pretty many, and the cards are, you know, thick enough. They aren't thin. They're like the standard cards that you would see in any Cool Mini or Not or Fantasy Flight game, and they are smooth on the surface. So yeah, they look like they're a nice quality. So the whole deck of road events. There's off-road events here as well. Okay, so there's, what are these? These are double-sided. So okay, that's interesting. So the off-road events, and there's one card that has this. So maybe you put that one on top or something, I'm not sure. But you can travel on roads and off roads, obviously, which you will see on the map. Okay, so, oh boy, even more. These are small booklets that the players get. This is basically like an RPG in a box. You know, there's a whole campaign, and you get to play it, and there's all these aids that you can use for the game that has everything explained. So let's just look at this one, the Witch Hunter. So you can focus on becoming an inquisitor or a bounty hunter. So that's pretty cool. And you have some starting abilities, you have starting equipment, and there's bandages that you can start with. You can get a token for that. Location extras, so you can do more stuff at certain locations that the other players can't, I suppose. And here's a lore tree, so you get extra abilities when you advance, so it's like a skill tree. So they all have that, and they're all different, of course. And a nice artwork on the front. So yeah, that's nice to have. Okay, then there's a big Ziploc bag with cards. I'm glad they put them in Ziploc bags, because usually you get a shrink-wrapped deck of cards, and once you open them, then yeah, you have to find your own Ziploc bags, which is not that hard, of course, but you know, at least this game gives you everything you need to store it. So that's a whole lot of cards. Let's see, these look like tarot cards, and it is tarot. I like the artwork. So that's pretty cool. So you have this small tarot game included, which kind of reminds me of the role-playing game that takes place in the Dungeons and Dragons world, the Curse of Strahd, which also has a tarot game in it. So that's pretty cool. So we have some artifacts, all kinds of cool looking, nicely illustrated artifacts. So let's see how far those go. So these are still artifacts. Okay, so there's just a small deck of those, because obviously artifacts are supposed to be rare, I suppose. So these are item cards, the more common stuff that you can get. So bandages, cat's eye, a diamond, dolomite egg, leather boots, garlic, handy versus vampires, Greek fire, wow, health tonic, coins, holy water, incense, well, lots of stuff that you can get. So that's those items. How many are there? Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. I'm not going to go through all of them because that's just too many. Item. Okay. So big stack of item cards. Then we have these cards, rituals. Okay, so we have rituals that you can do as one of the characters. So you can summon stuff. That's for the mage or arcanist, or what they call it. And there are some prayers for the priest or the exorcist. Also, nice illustration. So, banishment, exorcise evil, healing surge, heaven's light, soul cleanse. Okay, so a deck of those. Let's see what else we have here. We have companion militia and companion animals. So these are companion animals. Okay, so let's start with the militia. So let's see, we have a farmer with a scythe, a minstrel. Yes, there was much rejoicing. A mystic, a priest, a soldier, a tinker, a townsman, a vagabond, and a stickman. Okay, so those are your companions. Then we have these creatures. Okay, cool. So there's a dove, a drake, a golden canary, a hound, a mare, a Mustang, a Snow Owl, Harry Potter, and a Cobra. Cool. Animal companions. Okay, what else is here? There's a whole lot of abilities. Are all of these abilities? Yep, the remainder of the cards are all abilities. Big deck. So yeah, there's abilities for all the heroes that you can play. Exorcist, Telepath, Assess on the cards. And there's these, and I assume that they can be used by all the heroes because they're not specifically named by their profession. Okay, so those are those cards, plenty of those. Then finally we have these dice and standees. So we have some of these stands for these standees that are in the game. So there are some, excuse me, there are some. Here are some little cubes. I assume you use those for tracking stuff on a card or something. So, extra dice. Okay, this is in a bag that I cannot reuse, unfortunately, but there's plenty of Ziploc bags. Okay, so the dice, okay, they're basic dice. So we have a couple of D6s, and we have 2 red D10s, 2 white D10s, 4 black D10s, so the D10 and the D100 for your percentages, and we have D4s. Now, the dice are pretty bland, but you know, they're functional, of course, and the colors do stand out easily, so yeah, okay. I would have liked more flashy dice, but I'm a dice guy. I love dice. So let's go to the board. Okay, so the board. This is the world in which you're traveling. So here are these roads where you travel on the road, and you can encounter the road events, and they're, you know, they have these segments. So that's the amount of steps or turns it takes to travel, and you can go on into the wildlands off-road, and there are some spots that you can go, some locations. Looks really nice. I thought it was bigger, to be honest, but well, it serves its purpose. You don't need a big map to track where you're going, and there is an optional vinyl mat that you can buy that's oversized, but yeah, this will do quite nicely. Okay, and finally, these tiles. So let's open that up. And this is a big Ziploc bag, which is nice. So you can safely store these back again. This is the biggest Ziploc bag I've ever seen. Cool. And these are thinner tiles, so you don't expect the big cardboard tiles, but they're thick enough. They're like cardstock, you know, so, and you just put them on the table anyway, so I'm not too bothered by that. So it actually makes the game a lot lighter, so that would have cost a whole lot of shipping had these been thick, because there's quite a lot. So we have this castle here. We'll go through them quite quickly. This is a underground cave, a tower, a something that looks like also an underground mausoleum or something, with the roots of the trees coming through. Here is an indoor situation here. Could be anything. And around another one, so that's one of there's coffins here. So that's inside the tower, presumably. Here's more coffins, so another mausoleum. And a like Stonehenge druid looking place. A swamp. Here's a little house or a chapel or whatever with some green, some foliage. Here is a nice, cozy looking tavern. And here's a road, and you see that they connect nicely. And here's a church or a chapel with an altar and these benches. And there's something that also looks like a temple, or maybe a throne room. Yeah, probably a throne room. Here is another cave. I love the colors on these, really nice. Here's a forest clearing, more forests, so you can put these together any way you want. Forest path, and another mine or cave. And the last tile has this graveyard with the entrance to what looks like the mausoleum, and an outside farmhouse with the field. All right, I guess that was everything that was in the box. It's a whole lot. Okay, I hope you liked it. And that was the unboxing of Folklore the Affliction by Greenbrier Games. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and see you next time on Board Game Heaven.